Welcome back, children. Today we are going to study about the revolution, continuation of the revolution topic. Effect of Earth's revolution. Revolution of the Earth around the Sun leads to variation in the length of day and night, in the distribution of heat over the Earth's surface, and the phenomena of season. Okay, how the day and nights occur and duration, variation in day and night. Okay, sometime you are having longer day and shorter night, sometime you are having shorter day and longer night, like that. So the phenomena of season is the most important effect of the Earth's revolution. Now, seasons. The inclination of the sun rays does not remain the same at any one place. Okay, sun rays is coming throughout the earth, so it is not same. It changes because of the revolution of the earth. As the earth is revolving around the sun, so these changes are occurring. And inclination of the earth on its axis. Earth is already inclined. So because of that also these changes are occurring. The sun is halfway, okay, in the half part on June 21 in its march through the northern hemisphere, okay, from northern hemisphere between March 21 and September 23rd. The same happened on 22nd December when the sun is halfway in its journey through the southern hemisphere between 23rd September and 21st March. Okay, so that is why we are having four distinct positions of the sun: 21st March, 21 June, 23rd September and 22nd December, as the sun is going to move towards the northern and the southern hemisphere. So see the diagram here, figure number 3.3, right? This is about the season. So you can see when the sun is overhead on 21st March and 23rd September, as I told in the earlier topic only, equal days are there. Now, that is called the equinoxes, right? Now, see the portion which is in front of the sun, they are having light, and the portion which is opposite to the sun, that is having darkness. So, in this way it is happening. In the northern part on 21st March, it is spring equinox, and in the southern part it is autumn equinox. Right? Winter and summer solstice is there. In this manner, these 4 days are being taken in different position. The sun is there. Position on 21st June. Right? Northern hemisphere starts turning towards the sun. From March 21, it is turning towards in front of the sun and reaches its maximum position on June 21. On this day, the sun shines down vertically on the Tropic of Cancer, that is 23.5 degree in the northern side, right? So that places it is shining vertically, right? Not the straight. The sun is at its greatest distance from the equator, right? Greatest distance, the longer distance which is there through the equator. This position is known as summer solstice. As a result of this position of the sun, major portion of the northern hemisphere are hot, and it is summer in the northern hemisphere in this time duration. There, June 21 is also the longest day and the shortest night of the year. Right? Beyond Tropic of Cancer, the sun is never seen vertically overhead. Okay? Above the Tropic of Cancer. Two chief reasons for the summer being very hot. First one, northern hemisphere is being tilted towards the sun. Right? Northern hemisphere in front of the sun, it is tilted. The sun rays are directly coming towards the northern hemisphere. Longer days and shorter nights, less heat is lost during short night. That is why the days are longer and hot also. The southern hemisphere, which is tilted away, as northern hemisphere is near in front of the sun and southern hemisphere is tilted away from the sun, it is going to experience the reverse which is happening in the northern hemisphere of the season. This means that when it is summer in the northern hemisphere, it has got to be winter in the southern hemisphere. When it is noon in the northern hemisphere, it is midnight in the southern hemisphere. So opposite is going to happen in northern and southern hemisphere. Two reasons for this. First one, sun rays are greatly inclined, therefore they cause less heat, right? Nights being longer, more heat is lost to the atmosphere. Thus, when we have summer in India, South Africans or Australians experience winter season in their country. Then position on December 22nd. The southern hemisphere starts turning towards the sun after September 23rd. Okay, southern hemisphere is turning towards the sun now and reaches its maximum position on December 22nd. At this time, the southern polar region has 24 hours daylight and northern polar region has experienced 24 hours of night, right? Means 24 hours day, 24 hours night in southern polar region and northern polar region. The sun is at its greatest distance in the southern hemisphere. It shines vertically over Tropic of Capricorn. This position is known as winter solstice. Beyond the Tropic of Capricorn, the sun is never overhead. Okay, whether it is beyond the Tropic of Cancer. Now, it is never coming overhead. After December 22nd, it again starts moving towards the northern hemisphere and crosses the equator on March 21. So, this phenomena is happening, this cycle is happening every year continuously like that only. The reason why the northern hemisphere experiences winter in December are the same as in the case of summer solstice. That is, first one reason, sun rays are inclined towards northern hemisphere. Second, in December, nights being longer in the northern hemisphere, more heat is lost. Nights are longer and days are shorter. So, more heat is being lost in the atmosphere. Thus, on December 25, Christmas is celebrated in London, New York and New Delhi. It is very cold in these places. Many places may get snowfall also. But in Cape Town, that is in South Africa, Argentina and Australia, it might be one of the hottest day of summer, right? So you can imagine opposite is happening in different places. Now, position on March 21 and September 23. On March 21, the sun crosses the equator, right, and move into the northern hemisphere. And September 21, it again crosses the equator and move into the southern hemisphere, right? So, March 21 and September 23rd, it is going to change the places. These 2 days are known as equinox. March 21 is spring's equinox. September 23 is autumnal equinox. On equinoxes, as already pointed out, days and nights are of equal duration throughout the world. Throughout the world, they are having the same duration. After March 21, when the sun moves to the northern hemisphere, it is spring. And after 23rd September, when it is moving towards the southern hemisphere, it is autumn in the northern hemisphere. So, and this way the cycle of season is continuously moving on. Remember, when it is autumn, in the northern hemisphere, it must be spring in the southern hemisphere. And when it is spring in the northern hemisphere, it will be autumn in the southern hemisphere. At the equator and up to 10-degree latitude on both sides, there is only one season, that is the hot summer season. Which degree? 10-degree at the equator, right? At the equator and up to 10-degree on both the sides, whether it is northern hemisphere or the southern hemisphere. So they are going to have summer season most of the time. Okay, hope you would have understood this chapter. Now thank you children. In your PDF you are going to get your question answers also, plus diagrams you have to draw in your plain pages. So earlier chapters diagram also and this chapter's diagram, both the chapters diagram I will be mentioning. You have to write in your white page sheet, right, in your chapter. Like you are writing chapter 2 of geography, in front of your chapter 2 geography you have to draw the diagrams of chapter 2 itself. In chapter 3 question answers, where you are writing the question answers of chapter 3, in that places you have to draw the diagram of this chapter only. Okay, now thank you children.